Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Patrons video for Jacob Good. Sup Jacob, how you doing? You alright? Having a good day? I hope you are, man. We're going to be checking out La Dispute or LA Dispute. I'm not sure if it's La Dispute or LA Dispute. It could be either. I'm guessing La Dispute. It must be La Dispute. If we switch over to here, we have King Park, the lyric video, which of course, Jacob, you've suggested. So we're going to listen through this track from start till finish. And we're going to hear what we think. And we're just going to go back to here. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh, okay. Okay. I kind of vibe with this. I'm kind of digging this. You got this lovely guitar-based drum motif going on at the beginning. Ooh. Now I'm gonna give you a little hint about something. I think I've actually reviewed this track before. I didn't know it at the time. I'm wondering if we've suggested it before, but I'm still happy to do a review for you because I feel like even if I did a review of the song a while back, the recording quality, the production quality's reviews is a little bit better now. So this is a better representation of my actual review style, you know? Shit, man. Like, the story is so visceral, man. It's just so visceral. You know, the guy is screaming into a microphone about this, and the tension in the guitar harmonies matches it perfectly, and it's just, it really sets the scene for the rest of the time you're gonna have. You know it's gonna be brutal, dude. You know it's gonna be raw. It's nice to have this big change here, where we went from the intensity of these guitar-based drums at the beginning, and now we have more of a more, like, the guitar is allowing more room for the vocalist to find his way through the situation he's in, metaphorically and literally in regards to the intensity, the overall arrangement. That's pretty visceral. Like, it's a really intimate, sort of a very intimate insight into the psyche of the narrator of the story. Oh, a change of pace? That gain on that guitar, that grit, is lovely. And we've got, again, it's a through composed track with all these different vibes or, you know, musical ideas for each bit to suit. And I think that's great. It wouldn't have worked, I don't think, if they had that one at the start the whole time. But La Dispute or LA Dispute knew that. They knew that. It's an uncomfortable listen. Like, I can't imagine what this is like because I live in New Zealand where, like, people don't open carry or anything like that. Gun violence is starting to grow here, but it's nowhere near what it is in, like, the States. It would be terrifying. I can only imagine, especially because, like, my brother just had a kid. Like, my brother, well, he didn't give birth to the kid, but you know what? Like, he's got a kid now. I can't imagine being in his position, like, if he lived in a place like this, you know? I like that line for Ruins wrapped in gold. He's talking about the way that kids are changed into killers, and he's saying it's not worth it. There is no reason for this, you know? That guitar feedback is stunning. It's kind of a smart video because it just goes to black. You just have to sit there and ponder what's being told to do, you know? It's a brutal listen, really, to be honest. It's a very brutal listen. It's a very brutal listen. Like, you can kind of imagine a scene in your head, and you are kind of imagining a person walking through their memories trying to figure out what the hell happened and why it occurred and stuff like that. It's incredibly well-written music. This is a fantastic choice for a song.
3 days later, they made funeral plans. The family. 3 days later, a mother had to bury her son.
It's terrible, man. I can't imagine what it would be like. The panning of the guitars and the mix is sensational. Those guitars, they surround your headphones. It's an incredible experience.
Not far away, the shooter holed up in a hotel near to the highway with a friend and the gun. That same gun. He fled immediately, but was identified by witnesses. His picture on TV, only 20 years old. They called him Grandpa. He was older than the others by a year, maybe two, and he was safe for a while until somebody saw him there.
It's showing the other side of things now, isn't it? It's showing the killer side of things, because people just assume it's a stone cold killer, but really it's a 20-year-old kid who's made a terrible mistake. A terrible mistake.
Notified the authorities who surrounded the hotel, first arresting an accomplice while attempting to flee, then chasing him up the staircase to the floor where he'd stay. He closed the door hard behind him, locked himself in the room. They could have kicked in the door, but knew the gun was still with him, one he'd already used, and so they feared what he'd do. I floated up through the window of the room to the west. I hovered out to the hallway, tried to listen in.
I don't know. I don't know how to because this is the conclusion. Jacob, you got me, man. Like this one hit me. This one hit me. I don't think I've heard this song. I don't think I've heard this specific song before, because I don't remember it hitting like this. I feel like I would remember vividly if I heard a song like this, because it's just so. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to say anything. I just wanted to listen to the story. This is one of the best examples of storytelling that I have heard in a song. Like, it's one of the best examples of storytelling that I've heard in a song. And I think, because it's obviously so important for a song to have a purpose, a story, a message. Because otherwise it's just noise, right? And there'll be people who argue with me about that, but I think that when you make music, the best music has like, it represents something. And with a vocalist, their job is to verbalize that. And this is one of the best examples I've heard of someone doing that with King Park. It just exemplifies this situation flawlessly. The situation where the kid got shot, the people and how they coped with that and how they reacted to that. The funeral where they had to bury the son, the story about the killer, and then like asking if he's gonna get into heaven. I don't know what to say about it, man. I think it's very clear to everyone who's watching this or reading this about what the song is about. I've got no complaints about it whatsoever. I really feel as though La Dispute did so well with this track, and it's not like the structure of it was through composed. You had the different sections tell as the story goes on. The music was specifically there to morph itself to what the story needed, and it did it so perfectly. There was this dissonance the entire time, this like it was suffocating. Like the situation was just a struggle from start to finish. It was so tense with these dissonances with these flat second chords and these really gritty distorted harmonies and the bass and the drums just kind of keeping in time with it like a funeral march, and it's just so vivid. When I hear a song like this, I think, how could you have possibly done better than this? I think this song is actually flawless in general. I don't have any complaints about it. It can, even if there were issues with the production of it, I don't think that you could really complain about it, because it's such an imperfect situation by itself, There wasn't a whole lot of super dexterous, unbelievably magnificent, incredible like performances going on here, in the sense that it wasn't like really technically stupendous, but it's just what was provided to us was so appropriate for the emotional weight of the situation and the gravity of it. You had force, you had all the stages of grief in there, and the ending, I left the hotel behind, don't want to know how it ends, it's just so clever to finish with that, because you never know what happens and you're left sitting there wondering, and the song forces you to think about what could have happened. And it's so sad, because it's the thing that I think my understanding is it happens often enough that there'll be people who can relate to a song like this who've lost loved ones to gun violence, or who know people who have been responsible for gun violence. And it's not always people who are stone cold killers, it's people who make terrible mistakes. They didn't mean to start out like that, but it ended up that way. And what's so cool about this as well is that it doesn't offer an opinion on what should have gone on. It's literally just a narration of the situation that occurred, and it forces the listener to figure it out for themselves. And I think that is just so smart. And I'm so proud of what LA La Dispute have done with King Park. They're just so cool, man. That's effectively my review of La Dispute's King Park. I am going to be thinking about this for the rest of the night. And of course, that is the SP Patrons video for today. Thank you to you, Jacob, for the suggestion. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed this review too. If you did, please let me know. And also, please do go show some love to La Dispute on the various social medias. And I'm sure they're on YouTube and Spotify and stuff like that, right? I really hope they are. They're incredible. And I really hope that they're doing well for themselves. Please stay cool and stay safe, and remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as need to help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. I just don't really think there's more I need to add to that conclusion. I think that the equality of it is so obvious that me being especially pedantic about it it's just going to reiterate what everyone could pick up perfectly. There's just so much space in it for you to absorb it and feel the situation and empathize with it, that I think it's a universal experience that even if you can't understand the language, you'll nonetheless be able to appreciate. Thank you for the suggestion, Jacob. Thank you for your patronage. Thank you for being an SP patron. And I'll catch you in your next video. Spiderhands out.